I know that you've heard about the band. If I could just take a moment just to reintroduce them, giving them the nicknames they deserve. Steve is such a masterful drummer that all I had to do was whisper the idea for this song and he nailed it. And that's because he's Steve, Lord of the Beat. When I told Dan that this is a bossa nova tune, Dan created a bass line instantly that was just perfect. In fact, it's its own genre. That's because he is Dan, king of the bossa nova. When Mike and I were practicing the other night, I came within a millimeter of slamming his fingers with the piano lid, and he never missed a note. I'm serious. That's because he is Mike the Machine. And Bob would surprise you. Bob is a great athlete. Bob has the voice of Bono from U2. And Bob can swear with an Irish brogue that's so beautiful that it makes you want to weep. Bob, Bono, and an edgy humor, that's because he is U2. Now Jared is a 6'4", 190-pound Norse god. He's studying chemistry and hopes to be a physician someday in the near future. He plays guitar like no one else. And he is, I always forget the Norse god. Oh, that's right. He's Dr. Thor. And then finally, to my left, is Connor Christianson, also my stepson. Connor is studying math, physics, a little chemistry, some engineering, and he's got the voice of an angel. In fact, his mom always says, Connor has the best voice in the whole family. It's true. What are you going to do about that? But he's got the voice of pure crystal. And that's because he is Connor, producer of Crystal Math. And now, I'm just a writer with a great band behind me. I'm going to just take another moment to introduce this song. Have you ever read a book that makes you live the character's life, and when he or she has gone through a tough time, you wish you could go in that book, enter the pages, and stop the stuff from happening that you know is going to, and you can't. And that's particularly true if the hero is a child. Well, I'm a pediatric intensive care doctor, and I take care of a lot of abused children. And I hear their stories all the time, and I wish I can enter the pages of that story and stop the trauma from happening, but it's too late. Well, this song tonight is a prayer for them. It's about one particular child who suffered childhood trauma, but overcame it, and has such a beautiful soul that she ended up leading a wonderful life and is actually a counselor now at American Foundation and takes care of children and teenagers and adults. And this song is for children like Dawn, my wife, who made it through. This is to let those children know that we're on the other side of that book, and we hear your story, and if we can penetrate the pages, we would for you. But when you hear the sound of violins in the darkness, that sound is us. glass and wave your hand to say goodbye. I caress the page to find you, but the book is lost in time. You've got lonely prayers like chandeliers over the shadows of the night. I've got mandolins and violins and the music of first light. Why don't we run away together? We could meet outside those pages that spell loneliness. Why don't we try to find each other? We could meet outside the bindings cast by time. I guess the darkness tried to find you. You left a broken sky behind you. You could reach the stars, but you can't escape the night. I read your story like it's meant for me. I've seen the distant nights that you've seen. Torn out pages from a magazine are lost to time. Why don't we run away together? We can meet outside those pages that spell loneliness. Why don't we try to find each other? We can make our way to the morning light. Now I'm awake, but it's now morning. Your scent still lingers from my dream. I feel the distant light of chandeliers. The magic's closer than it seems. And somewhere in the distance, you hear the sound of